Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new around here, hello, my name is Mackenzie. Today I'm going to be doing one of my favorite videos to do, which is just resetting and getting ready for 2026. We're already in 2026 now, but I feel like taking a couple days just to kind of reflect on what I want my 2026 to look like is really important to me. It helps me just kind of figure out exactly what goals I'm looking to set for this year, how I really want my year to look, and I'm just excited for like a slow, realistic start into 2026. I think 2025 was a year for me with obviously a lot of changes. We bought a house, we had a baby, and my life looks a lot different than it did last year. And I'm really excited for that. And I'm excited to embrace that and lean into that. But I want to also set realistic goals, things that I know are possible to obtain, and not set myself up for not failure, but just for goals that aren't realistic. Got my laptop here. I'm going to pull up my goals and we're just going to go ahead and go through them. Like I said, this is going to be a nice, realistic, intentional reset. I tried really hard this year more than any year to be intentional with my goals and what I want my year to look like. And I'm just really excited to share it with you guys. So let's go ahead and get into it. So I broke my goals into a couple different categories. I have personal, content creation, financial, wellness, relationships, and then I have some stretch goals as well. So let's start with the personal goals. My number one personal goal this year, probably my number one goal in general this year, is to be more intentional about limiting my screen time. This is something that's just really important to me because I feel like near the end of 2025, especially after having Margot, I was spending a lot of time on my phone when I was breastfeeding her or when she was taking a nap. I just felt like that was my go-to, is just to scroll. And instead of that, I want to do something more productive with my time, whether it's like getting things done around the house or just doing something that will fill my cup up a little bit more. You'll see for the rest of these personal goals, they're going to kind of lean into helping this main goal out. For my next personal goal, I have to read one new book a month. At the beginning of 2025, I was reading nonstop, multiple books a month. I love reading. I love just like diving into a book and just getting excited to go to bed at night and like read for a couple minutes before bed. I want to get that feeling back. I think the reason I haven't been able to do that is one, because I'm scrolling, but two, I just haven't had really great books that I'm like super excited to read. And I feel like sometimes when I'm trying to find a book, I'm already so tired. I just want to be in the book. You know what I mean? If you read, you kind of know what I mean. Like starting a book sometimes is like hard to get into it until it gets good. And I feel like I just want to have a book that like hooks me in. So if you have some books, leave them down below because I need 12 of them because I want to read one new book a month. And then next on my personal goals, I want to create physical documentation of memories, not just digital documentation. I feel like this is something that is another big one for me. I'm really good about taking photos, videos. I mean, naturally, like that's what I like to do, but I want to have these memories documented in a different way, a physical way, not just on my computer, on my phone, in the cloud. In 20 years, like how are we just gonna like pull out our old iPhones and like look through the photos? I don't know. I just want to start having these physical memories. I think there's something so special about a physical memory, a recap, like reading my own handwriting, seeing the pictures in physical form. That's so special. So a couple ways I'm going to do that. I'm going to start long form journaling, and not just journaling big events. I want to journal like every couple of days, just like the day-to-day life that I'm living. I feel like, especially, I'm going to reference this a lot, but just becoming a mom, those memories to me are even more important. Not like the big things, but the little things and the small milestones. And I just want to have a way to document that. Another thing I want to do is create a junk journal for big events. The junk journal is really going to be to keep things like for Christmas, for example, I kept Margot's first wrapping paper and the wrapping paper that I used to wrap Bryce's gifts. And then just kind of incorporating that onto a page to have some more physical, tangible memories of things that we're doing. The junk journals will definitely be like more trips and big events in our life. So I feel like that'll be a fun, creative outlet to do. Want to create more physical documentation of memories, and those are some ways I'm going to try to do that. And then the last personal goal I have is to complete my house closet organization. This is something I probably should have put it as a stretch goal more so than anything. We have a couple closets in the house that just need to be completely organized. The biggest of which is my closet, mine and my husband's closet. It is a disaster. When we moved into this house, I was pregnant, and it was really just the mindset was get everything in. We were focused on her nursery. We were just focused on creating the living spaces, like the bedroom, the living room, that we just stuffed a bunch of stuff in some of the other closets, and they need to be organized. So the closets that I want to organize, like I said, are my husband and I's closet, our bathroom closet, just like our toiletry cabinet and towel cabinet, that just could use a little spruce up. Our guest bedroom closet is kind of like a gifting closet right now, which I would love to actually make that like a real gifting closet. I have tons of like gift bags, gift wrap, like little trinkets and stuff to give as gifts. And I think organizing that would be really fun. Also the office closet and the hall closet. So that's a lot of closets. I didn't want to put these in like each in a monthly goal. I really wanted to just give myself a full year to get it done because that's just realistic. I'm not going to be able to knock all this this out in the first couple months of the year because I'm busy. I have a lot going on, but I do want to try to prioritize getting it done by the end of the year. Even if that means the gifting closet gets done in December, it's still in 2026. Okay, so that's it for my personal goals. I feel like they're realistic. They are really focused on trying to get me to be more present, get me to do things that are more stimulating than scrolling on my phone, and giving me more productive things to do. So I'm really excited about those. Moving on now to content creation. This is a category I just love because YouTube is my favorite hobby of them all. I have so much fun with it, and I just have so much fun interacting with you guys. So I always try to set goals to kind of just help me grow in this space. The first thing I want to do is hit 8,000 subscribers on YouTube. Now, I don't usually like to focus on numerical goals. I feel like sometimes they can be a little stressful. This is more a reflection that I am doing the things right with my channel by posting consistently and interacting with you guys more and posting fun new videos. That kind of growth is going to be reflected and new people tuning in and sticking around. So I just want to grow this community a little bit more. I feel like it's a realistic goal too. It's not putting too much pressure again on the number. And yeah, I'm just excited to see where YouTube takes me in 2026. Next, I want to have 4,000 followers on Instagram. This is kind of a harder goal because it's essentially doubling what I have on Instagram now. And I feel like the reason I picked a bigger number on Instagram is because I don't do anything really on Instagram right now at all. Just investing a little bit of time will kind of help connect my YouTube community I have over on Instagram because I do tend to post more real time over on Instagram. Making sure that I'm investing a little time there as well will be good and just kind of help, again, grow and connect the communities a little bit. Next on content creation, this one y'all are gonna probably laugh at, but it is to upload a full Disney series on time. My last 2 Disney series were just uprooted by a lot of life, and I felt like I was not posting them consistently. I like to do at least 1 video a week with those vlogs just because every vlog is a continuation of the trip, and when you're watching them like back to back, it's more fun to do it that way. I just like watching people's vlogs that way. I just haven't done that the last 2 trips. So I really want to prioritize that. I did get a beautiful new laptop, which is going to make editing so much easier. I had to edit on my desktop before, and my desktop is incredible. It's big, it's beautiful, but it was like really restricting me to sitting at my desk 6 to 7 hours a day editing these vlogs. Being able to be a little more mobile, I think is really gonna help with that. So hopefully we can check that goal off this year. And then the last content creation goal is kind of just a fun one. It's just experiment more with thumbnails, editing, titles to make it more fun. Sometimes I get in the routine of this is what works for me. This is like what's easy. I already have these editing files saved to like add in. It just makes it easy, but I want to just get more creative with it. Again, like I said, YouTube is a big creative outlet for me, and I feel like I want to challenge myself to just do things a little more different. Maybe we didn't start that in this vlog, so this might look very similar to my old ones, but just little things to just make it more fun. I don't know, make it more fun for me, like challenge myself a little bit. I just think that would be a really good addition to my creative outlet here on YouTube. Okay, moving on to financial goals. I try not to put too much pressure on the financial side of things, especially just with goal setting. I feel like sometimes it can be overwhelming. The financial things that I need to focus on throughout the year definitely change, but I do have 2. The first one is to be more mindful about smaller spending. I feel like I am really good about not making like random big purchases. If I'm making a big purchase, I think about it for a long time before I buy it and really see if I need it. I don't do that, however, with smaller purchases. I'll just go to Home Goods and spend like $40 here, Target, $60 there. And while I do think it's great and okay, more than okay to treat yourself every now and then, I just want to be more mindful about those things. And maybe like Amazon too, like I'll see something on Amazon and I'll just add it to cart. It can be delivered the same day. So to kind of combat this, I want to create like a little mini wish list where wants get added there. And then I kind of take some time to sit on them and see if it's something I really need before buying it. I don't know. I just want to be more mindful about the smaller spending, the day-to-day spending, because I feel like that stuff adds up and becomes larger spending. So I want to be more mindful about that. And then the other thing I want to do is just start a new car savings fund. My car is paid off. I do not want to get a new car anytime soon. I love my car. However, if we do decide to have more children, the car that I have is not going to work for 2 car seats. That's just more like a logistical thing. I think it's better to just start saving now. That way, whenever it is time to have another car, it's not like, oh, we have to pull this money from our savings that's been allocated for other things. So just kind of start putting that in my mind this year, maybe put a little bit towards that fund, and I think that'll kind of set us up for success later. For the next category, we have wellness. So this is just kind of like health, lifestyle things that I want to incorporate this year in 2026. And the first one is 2 to 3 stroller walks per week. Going on walks with Margot in the stroller has become one of my favorite things to do. This is going to be, of course, weather permitting, because I do live in Texas. So the heat, the rain, humidity, sometimes the cold even, we get ice storms every now and then. That might kind of hinder this, but I want to try to prioritize that as like my form of movement during the week. I think it's so fun. It's something we can do together, and pushing a stroller is like a workout in its own. So I feel like it is more than just a normal walk, and we have so much fun. I just like getting outside. It's good for both of us. So I want to try to make sure I'm prioritizing that as like my main form of movement during the week. This next one is something that it's not even a goal. It's something that just needs to be done, and that is to prioritize sunscreen usage. I used to be so good about this, especially when I lived in California, of course, because I was in the sun a lot more, or just felt like I was in the sun a lot more. But even just getting out of the house and running errands here, I need to have sunscreen on my face. I need to have sunscreen on my face every day to protect my skin. I'm gonna find a sunscreen that I love, have it sitting on my bathroom counter next to my toothbrush. When I brush my teeth, I need to be putting on my sunscreen. Just kind of connecting that as a daily step of my routine, I think is something I definitely want to accomplish this year. And then the last kind of wellness goal is just to try 2 new recipes a month. Doesn't have to be from a cookbook, can be from Pinterest, can be something that a friend sends me, my family sends me. I just want to try 2 new recipes a month, because I feel like the reason sometimes Bryce and I tend to go out to eat is because we rotate through the same meals every week. We both are kind of guilty of going like, oh, I don't really want that. I feel like we just had that. But then, you know, that's what we have to cook with. And so it's like, okay, well, we'll just get something and we'll cook it tomorrow when it's been a little bit more time. So I want to try to do 2 new recipes a month just to like find new things to add to the rotation. And then for the last like big goal category, I have relationship goals. So the first one I want to do is to host at our house quarterly. We have a beautiful home that we are so excited about, and I want to start using it to host our friends and family more often. This year was just kind of a hard year to do that, but I want to prioritize that. And that's why I said quarterly, because I feel like quarterly is realistic. That's 4 times a year. I know the holidays will be an easy one at the end of the year, but just finding things in the beginning of the year, middle of the year, summertime to host and have friends or family here. Doesn't have to be like a huge event, can just be like a fun themed like game night or whatever. I just want to host more here, and I think it would be really fun to do that. Next one is kind of a fun one that I'm really excited about. I want to send birthday celebration cards via snail mail. The majority of my friends and family do not live where I live right now. I am really good about on their birthday sending them a text, FaceTiming, calling, but I just feel like there's something so fun about getting a fun surprise letter or little package in the mail. I think that's something I really want to do, like a handwritten letter telling them happy birthday in a card, and maybe like a fun little goodie for them. It's a fun way to make people feel more special and like a fun little surprise. And again, it's going to be fun for me to make that and send that. So that's something I definitely want to do. Again, it's kind of like a fun one, but I'm really excited about that one. That's probably one of the goals I'm most excited about. And then this is another one I'm really excited about. It's just to do an intentional date night once a month. And I said intentional date night because sometimes going out to dinner date night is not realistic for us having a baby. So just maybe like having a night where we're like, okay, this Friday, we're going to pick out a movie together. We're going to make some popcorn, make dinner, whatever it is. Or maybe we're going to say this weekend, we're having a game night. We're going to order a pizza, have game night. Just kind of being more intentional about making plans and like calling it a date night is something that I really want to do and prioritize. And then the last category is just my stretch goals. These are goals that I feel like maybe were a little too ambitious to put in my other categories, but would be super exciting to complete if some reason 2026 I'm on track to do so. So the first one is just 9,000 subscribers on YouTube. Again, I just feel like that would be a really fun goal to hit, just seeing that much growth. And I think it's going to be a reflection that I am posting consistently, that I am trying new fun things with my thumbnails and editing, and that it's translating to our community here. So I think that would be fun. And then this one is to complete a 5K. I've done 5Ks before. That used to be something I did every year, and it's a stretch goal for me this year, and that's okay. You know, I think again, this year, a lot is different than previous years, and that's a stretch for me, is to be able to complete a 5K. So we're gonna see if that happens. We're not gonna put a lot of pressure if not. Even if that means come Thanksgiving, I'm doing the turkey trot with Margot in her stroller. We're gonna get it done. Right now, might not feel as feasible, but I do feel like maybe near the end of the year, it will feel like a more feasible goal. So yeah, those are my goals for 2026. Like I said, I wanted to set realistic, intentional goals that really set me up for success and just not changing who I am in 2026, but just aligning myself with like where I want to be and doing things that are going to fill me up and just fulfill me more in 2026. So those are my goals. I think now we're going to move on and do a little vision board. I love doing this after going through my goals and just spending time with them. Making a vision board just to kind of see everything visually. I think I'm a very visual person, so it makes it really fun. And then I get to add it to my little Notion page and it just gets me excited for the year. I'm going to head over to Pinterest, work on this vision board a little bit, and I will check in with you guys when I'm done. Okay, so vision board is done. I wanted to show you guys what it looks like. I am so happy with how it turned out. I just love all the color, the brightness, and I feel like it is a reflection of what I'm trying to achieve this year. So of course I have just like hosting stuff, the snail mail, which I'm so excited for. That is so cute. 8,000 subscribers. We have some Disney on there, of course. We have just junk journaling, reading, physical photos getting printed out, stroller walks, books, hosting, baking, cooking, and then this, the 2026. I just think this is just what I want 2026 to look like. Just fun and happy and exciting and not on my phone. I just love this. I think this is gonna be such a good vision board to look at throughout the year, just to kind of remind myself and get excited about these goals that I have set. Making that vision board was so much fun, and I think that's gonna do it for the 2026 goal setting. Slow start to the year. I feel like I'm in such a good headspace after I sit down, reflect on my goals, make this vision board, and just kind of know what I'm going into the year with and what I'm hoping to accomplish this year. Again, they're not goals that are changing my life, my personality. I mean, maybe changing my personality a little bit as far as like less scrolling. I am just like really looking forward to just leaning into myself this year and doing things that, like I said, fulfill me and just allow me to spend more time with my friends, my family, fill those cups up as well. I'm just feeling super excited for 2026. Thank you guys for being here and for being a part of 2025 and now into 2026. I think it's going to be one of my favorite years by far. I have so many fun things planned as far as videos, travel, just things I'm looking forward to. So be sure to subscribe down below so you don't miss them. But with that being said, thank you guys again for coming along for this 2026 goal setting, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.